The support system, what? Must be intact. Must be. I don't get depressed. Don't have time. Just don't. Who does that? No, because we are filled with the Holy Spirit, and I hadn't heard it yet. The Holy Spirit, I'm depressed today. What? Not the Holy Spirit. So when the enemy brings different things to your mind, we have a responsibility to check it. If it doesn't line up, it has to go. Number one, the emotional support, free of depression, free of mental distress. Remember how we were saying how we are that support system? So if I'm the support system, then I cannot have this going on in my life, right? In order for me to properly support him. Number two, physical support. Am I taking care of myself? Do I take care of me? If I'm not taking care of me, how am I going to take care of my family? How am I going to be that support system? How am I going to be the best version of me if I'm not even taking care of me? And how can I help him? Number three, spiritual support. Do I have a constant prayer life with evidential proof? Because there's many people praying. I hate when I see on Facebook, y'all pray for me. Stop. I'm not the Facebook manager, but I want to be, stop. You don't know these people. You don't know their lifestyle. Their prayer may hit the ceiling and come right back. We don't know what's going on. Who are you committed to? Well, the Father, he hears us. He hear you. He hears you. He hears you. And he hears you. And that's it. If everything else is not lined up. All right. So number four, financial support. So we're talking about how we support what is already in place. How can I support what's in place if I don't have the proper insight myself? How can I be a support? Why am I here? What am I called to do? When am I supposed to do it? It's amazing how all of these teachings, how they all just wrap together. And I'm just so grateful that the Father is so concerned about us. He'll bring those things back to remembrance. Remember this? Remember when I taught you about how to know the voice of the Holy Spirit? Remember this? And so all of this is to help gird us up so that we can be changed. Number four, the financial support. Do I know how to reconcile an account? Do I know how to do that? Do I know how to do it? No, somebody like, I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Am I out of debt? Am I working on my credit score? Am I ready to help sign if needed? Am I a consistent giver or am I a criminal? This is important because if I'm not consistent and I'm called to be a support system, I didn't say that I'm the source. I'm an assistant. I'm helping. Then I need to make sure that this is intact and lined up. So earlier, you can take a peek at this next note. I dealt with it just a little bit, but I wanted to have this just in case I mentioned it about Isha and Ish. But one thing that I do want to pull out on this is that we know that the Hebrew word for man is Ish, and then the Hebrew word for woman is what? Isha. We talked about that a little bit earlier. And so one thing that we do know is that in the middle, there's a circle and it has Yud and it also has, I'm assuming that is a Hey. Yes. And so, yes, you, Hey, as in Yah. Everybody say Yah. Yeah. So when Yah or Yahavah is not in the center of the relationship, does anybody know what's left? Fire. So we see the word for fire is what? Who remember that? Olive Shin. Do you remember when we were first taught that about 2 years ago? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, well, it's back. So anyway, the word still stands. So it's really important as I have my support system, my mindset focus on what I need to do, that I understand that Elohim is the one, the foundation of everything that I am doing. My focus is focused on his will so that I can be in the will to do what I have been called to do. How do I do this? By obeying his word, by learning his precept, by not just having it in my mind, but moving it from what? My mind to my heart and applying it.